Let me start the lecture number 2. The topic is development of scientific research in Kazakhstan and abroad. The plan of the lecture is the emergence and development of science. The second question, which we are going to discuss today, methodological foundations for determining the level of science in different countries around the world. And the third question is the organization of science in the Republic of Kazakhstan. As for the introduction, we want to say that the lecture explores three key aspects of modern scientific activity. First of all, the historical emergence and evaluation of science. The second is methodological approaches used to evaluate the level of scientific development in different countries. And the third is the organizational structure of the science in the Republic of Kazakhstan. For students in physical culture and sport, understanding how science develops and is organized is essential for conducting research, applying innovations, and contributing to national and global scientific progress. The emergence of science. Science emerged as a systematic form of knowledge in ancient civilizations. Early forms of scientific thinking appeared in ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. Here we can mention the mathematics, medicine, astronomy. And ancient Greece, here we can speak about the logical reasoning, natural philosophy, all the scientific methods. And of course, China and India, advancements in medicine, metallurgy, and mathematics and astronomy. These civilizations laid the foundations for rational inquiry and empirical observation. Science in the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. During the Middle Ages, for example, in the Islamic world, scholars preserved and expanded ancient knowledge, contributing to algebra, optics, medicine, and experimental methods. In Europe, mostly, universities emerged as centers of intellectual life. The Renaissance revived empirical investigation and promoted scientific curiosity. And the key developments of this included anatomical studies, advances in astronomy, and improvements in scientific instruments. The scientific revolution, 16th and 18th centuries. Now, what we should draw our attention. In this period of time, experimental the science transformed, here systematically. And the key figures and contributions here are included Galileo, empirical experimentation mechanics, Newton, universal laws of motion and gravity, Kepler, planetary motion, Bacon and Descartes, foundations of scientific method. And this period established modern concepts of objectivity, measurement, and verification. Development of modern science. Now here, the 19th and 20th centuries witnessed rapid scientific expansion. The rise of physics, chemistry, and biology as distinct disciplines, development of evolutionary theory, breakthroughs in medicine and physiology, emergence of sports science and physical education as academic fields. In the 20th century, digital technologies, information science, and biomechanics transformed research in physical culture, sport, making science more data-driven. As we come up to the 21st century, science, how it is mostly characterized by interdisciplinarity. Sports science integrates physiology, psychology, biomechanics, and data analytics. Globalization of research, rapid innovation, increased importance of digital and artificial intelligence-based technologies. Modern sports science uses advanced tools such as motion capture, psychological monitoring systems, big data analysis, and wearable technologies. Also, as a key indicators of scientific level, international organizations use several indicators for research and development expenditure, percentage of GDP invested in science and innovation, number of researchers per million population, scientific publications, number of articles in peer-reviewed journals, especially those indexed in Scopus and Web of Science. Citation impact, quality and influence of research output, science infrastructure, research institutes, laboratories, universities, national centers. Innovation and technology indicators, patents, technological export, startup ecosystem, integration into global science, participation in international projects, grants, and collaborations. Global rankings in science. Now, countries are often evaluated through Global Innovation Index, Schema Journal, and country rank, and Science and Technology indicates. Traditional top-ranking countries include the USA, Germany, United Kingdom, Japan, South Korea, and increasingly China. These countries heavily invest in sports science, sports medicine, and asset development systems. Qualitative assessment methods beyond quantitative metrics. Qualitative evaluation considers here national scientific policy and the strategic priorities, effectiveness of research management, ethical standards, integration of science with education and industry, capacity for interdisciplinary research in fields like physical culture and sport, the quality of laboratories, coaching research centers, and human performance institutes is a significant indicator. The Organization of Science in the Republic of Kazakhstan. We can come up to the how, for example, the background of the science developed in Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan's scientific development progressed through several stages. The first stage is Soviet period, creation of academic institutions, scientific schools, and university systems. The second is post-independence era, formation of national scientific policy, new research programs, and international partnerships. And the third is modern stage, integration into global scientific networks, digitalization, and focus on innovation. It means that sports science also developed through national institutes, universities, and Olympic training centers. State management of science in Kazakhstan. The scientific system of Kazakhstan is managed by several key structures. First is Minister of Science and Higher Education. They are responsible for national scientific policy, funding programs, development of higher education and graduate studies. The second is National Academy of Sciences. They are responsible for coordinates scientific priorities, promotes fundamental research. And the third, National Science and Technology Councils. They evaluate research proposals and set priorities. Scientific infrastructure in Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan has a growing network of and research universities as Nazarbayev University, Kazakh National State University, National State University, scientific institutes under the Minister of Science, national laboratories and innovation hubs, regional research centers in the field of physical culture and sport. Sport attention is given to the Scientific Practical Center for Physical Training, sport laboratories in universities, and Olympic training centers with research units. Funding of science in Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan provides research funding through grant financing, program targeted funding, international grants, and industry partnerships and sport federations. It means that sports science research often focuses on asset preparation, health monitoring, national sports development programs, and innovation in physical education. Integration of Kazakhstani science into the global community. Here we have to say that they participate in international scientific publications, joint research projects, global sports science conferences, Erasmus and Horizon Europe programs, and academic mobility and collaborations. Developing global partnerships strengthens Kazakhstan's position in sports science and supports the training of high-level specialists. In conclusion, I want to draw your attention that development of science, its global evaluation, and national organization strongly influence the quality of research in physical structure and sport. Understanding these processes enables master students to engage effectively in scientific work, evaluate research trends, contribute to Kazakhstan's scientific development, and apply advanced scientific methods in sport and human performance. And at the end of the lecture, as usual, you are given reflective questions. The first question is, how has the historical development of science influenced modern research practices in sport science? Which scientific achievements from the past do you think most strongly shape today's understanding of human performance? What indicators do you consider the most accurate for evaluating a country's scientific level, and why? How would you assess the current state of sports science in Kazakhstan using the global evaluations criteria discussed in class? In your opinion, what should be priorities for developing science in Kazakhstan, especially in the field of physical culture and sport? And the last reflective question is, how can you personally contribute to the scientific development of your field at the national level? Okay, and the last slide share for you for again deepening your knowledge using these resources given in the library of the Kazakh Academy of Sports and Tourism, and there you can deepen your knowledge, of course. And also if you have some additional questions concerning the topic at our next lesson at the beginning, we can brainstorm. Thank you for your attention.